What's going on, everybody? Your boy Yocrates here to give you guys a review for Belle Collective Season 1, Episode 2. Um, okay, so we start off with Latrice. She chats with her PR. I believe her name is Melody. We'll see her later on the episode. She wants to launch her new hair care line, and she mentions how her humble beginnings, how she started with selling her merchandise, her hair out of her car. Look where she's at now. She talked with her husband about being an investor, and she pretty much wants him to just invest money and not say anything. I don't know if she really understands how investors work, because if someone does invest in your company or your business, your project, whatever, that person pretty much has a say so in how some things will go, especially if they're giving their money. And then you also need to figure out what is going to be the terms of that investment. Is it this person invests that money and then over a certain period of time you accumulate and give it back, or is it just they're pretty much like buying stock in your company? Needs to figure that out. We get with Tamara. She's with Letitia, and Letitia recaps the brunch. A lot of this episode is rehashing the brunch with various people. We're not going to rehash because we've already done that. She says that she has a meeting with a woman by the name of Dorothy Davis. She's pretty much going to be the bridge between the community and Fair Street. So this person kind of helping her kind of get that footing, if you will. Tamara's B day is coming up, and she's a bit concerned given what she just heard about the brunch, and are they gonna sit here and turn her birthday party out? The only thing that I can focus on is when it came to Letitia, how the top of her hair, like from here down, was straight, but it was kind of not really together right there, and that could have been a real simple fix. Like maybe just like put a hat on or something like that. Yeah, you don't want to be coming out looking that crazy, especially when, and I'm gonna say this, like, again, I don't like to talk about people's fashions, hair, none of that. One, because these are women, I'm a man, but in general, I'm very basic. And even if I ever did a reality TV show, I would still dress basic because this is just who I am. This is my personality. But when you sit here and you brag on what you have in terms of finances, if that's all that you're bragging on, then you are expected to look a certain way. When I cannot remember her name, but it's one girl on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I cannot think of her name right now, but she is just real plain Jane when it comes to everything. Got into it with Jennifer last season, and then Jennifer finds out that she is sitting on money because her family had money. So in that, she's inheriting that, and also has a trust, but until that came up, she was just real basic. And though she has their money, she doesn't flaunt it, and she just is basic. So you really can't come for her because she doesn't sit here and talk about I got all this money. She is just real plain Jane. So the fact that they're talking about money and whatnot, and this is all they talk about, and it really reeks of new money, people are going to judge you a hell of a lot more harshly. And I really want the women to understand this for season 2. Like, if y'all really finna say and talk about being boss women and all this other stuff and how much money you got and you can buy out this and buy out that, you need to come correct season 2. Anyway, so we get Marie. She talks with Essie, her business partner. Then she brings up that she is financially taking care of her kids. I believe her eldest child's children, and then if I heard correctly, her husband's children and baby mother. Now, first and foremost, that is a lot, and I tip my hat to any person that is willing to stretch themselves out like that. And this is me being very, very nice. But what I will say is a lot of the energy that she gave Latrice in episode 1, it makes me think of two things. Either one, she has a lot going on in her life, and Latrice was an easy target for her to sit here and redirect this energy or deflect this energy because she doesn't want to confront her husband, or she doesn't want to have this hard conversation with her child, more or less probably leading towards the husband, and then also creating some senseless drama. Just gonna call it what it is, creating some senseless drama. But nevertheless, So we have the brunch recap yet again. And then what really messed my head up is now again her hair is still semi ate up in the back like mine. My her natural, but her hair is all ate up in the back with the finger waves and shit. But she purposefully puts her feet on her desk so you can see that she has on red bottoms. Again, going back to this whole thing of you people doing and trying to show that they have money, but your hair and your fashions and these other things are not lining up. Okay, because I'm gonna just say this: there's a difference between people who are wealthy and people that are rich. People that are rich gotta let you know by telling you and showing you, overly flaunting that they're rich. Wealthy people, and to be wealthy, you could just be living your life and you are living within your means or even below your means. But when you have wealth, you don't have to sit here and tell nobody nothing. But how you move will show for itself. Take that with you. So then she talks about being a customer and how a customer can make or break a business, which is actual factual. And then she says that she can break Latrice's, and this is an issue that I have where though this is a very accurate statement, but the fact that you have this mindset of you wanting to sit here and take another person down, and a lot of this could have been avoided. A lot of this, but hopefully I'll remember to bring up a certain point that I have. Anyway, she plans to confront Latrice at Timber's B-Day party. This is what she plans. Then, so then we have Marie meeting up with what was the girl named Dorothy Davis. She gets a tour of the strip. She even gets a history lesson, and then she brings up how her grandfather, who had recently passed, had always talked about Fair Street, and even how seeing her as Marie reminded him of certain things that would happen there. And she appears to be interested in this one place called the Palace, where it seems like that is the one particular piece of property that she wants for herself for her operations. The one thing that really solidified what I was thinking when I saw the premiere a couple weeks ago is Marie does not have a plan for the strip. She has a generalized idea, but she doesn't have a plan, which with her not having a plan of how she wants to sit here and go about attacking this, and this appears to be her only storyline, the only thing that she's bringing to the table. It really makes me wonder if this is really going to be, a realized thing, or is this just okay? Well, this is all that I have for season one, and I'll probably have something enough for season two. So if Marie is watching this, go back and watch the live that I did for episode one. I didn't sit here and I didn't gave you a whole bit of advice, and you can even watch the panel that me, Scotty, Bondi, I believe Alice was on there, Josiah, Jamie, Nisi. Go back and watch that one. We gave you some advice that can help you out, okay? Free advice. Next time I'm gonna start charging y'all. So we get Antoinette and Latrice. Latrice goes to Antoinette's house, brings her samples of her hair care line, and the packaging is beautiful. I like how the packaging looked, and this was a bit of a housewarming gift. Um, and she's there to check out the updated pad. So pretty much, Antoinette remodeled everything to kind of make it look like more of her and removing elements of what um, would remind her of her ex-husband. So they recall the brunch, and then Antoinette says that the divorce that she had was real quick. She rededicated the place, but she had stumbled upon certain items that reminded her of her ex-husband, and then she put them in a box, and has thus held on to them. Okay, again, I'm thinking this partly is all scene and storyline, because I'm trying to figure out if you sat here and rededicated your entire house, why would you still be holding on to possessions of this person and still having that energy in your dwelling place? But okay, Latrice gets Antoinette to go back down memory lane, and Antoinette says the big rift is them having kids. She wasn't ready, and she was still working, wanting to put work first. Now she said a little bit more later, and I'll get to it. What the fuck are they doing downstairs? Anyway, um, but my question was, why not get a surrogate? Like, why not do the surrogacy thing if you still wanted to, make sure? Because her whole thing is, getting pregnant, and then at a certain point, have to take off work more or less towards the last 2 months, and then having the baby, and all the other stuff that comes with that, and that's a lot of time that she won't be necessarily in the office. So we get Tamara. She's meeting with Ken, who was a stylist, uh, doing some birthday outfit shopping. She talks about settling down and having kids, and she wants kids, but just not right now. And what she wanted was something more traditional, to be married and then have kids and all that other stuff. But just not right now. And she has even said, and I was thinking this, but she said it, but she has thus frozen her eggs, and this is mostly because she's dealt with fibroids and had surgery. She mentions that she's 40 and even said that an NBA player offered her $1 million to have a baby, and she said no. I'm not going to go too deep into that, because again, I don't know the logistics of it, and I'm not going to tell no woman what to do with their body. I'm a man. I have male parts. I am not going to sit here and tell a woman what to do with her body and regulate what she does with her body. That is her choice. Moving on. We get Antoinette, and she's at a baseball field, to get rid of her ex's stuff because there's a lot of baseball stuff. He was in a baseball, and she's there with her friend Kaylon, and then mentioned one big thing for them was going to be raising biracial children and being in Mississippi. I know it's Mississippi, the SIP, but I say Mississippi. I got family from there, so don't sit here and tell me how the fuck to say it. But she talks about that the people there would force their children to choose what their identity would be. But this right here lets me know that, okay, your environment does have a deep impact on your children. But if you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing as a parent, you set the foundation for your children. Your children are definitely sponges, especially within the first 5 years of their existence is when they're going to absorb the most. But when they start to get to their just shy of their teens and into their teens, it's at that point that if you haven't instilled everything in them, they're going to learn and pull a lot and glean a lot from their surroundings, from school, peers, and everything else. But if you've built the foundation, there's really nothing that you have to worry about. But again, that's what she said. I'm gonna let her have it. And she at one point said that she thinks she's over everything. So it's a possibility that we're either going to see her ex later on this season, or this may be her leaving the door open to bring him back, to bring him in for season 2. We shall see. So we get Tamara's B-Day party. Letitia wants to bring the girls together and get them to invest in her vision at someone else's birthday party, at someone else's event. And if you really wanted the women, more or less, Latrice and Marie, to hash these things out, again, yes, this is a reality TV show, but you could create a scene where y'all could have met at a restaurant, in a park, at the lake, whatever, and had them hash this out. But okay. What the hell happened? Oh, okay. But anyway, so then we get Latrice, Cliff, and Antoinette roll up together. And I had said this on the panel, and everybody shot me down. But I'm going to say it here. I really don't want for for Latrice to give me this Kiki Wyatt vibe where wherever she goes, her husband has to go. And her husband is starting to give me real Peter Thomas. I really hope he not. Now, if he is, then he need to come with the Peter Thomas antics. Now, okay, you can't half-ass it. Now you got to go all the way and nothing at all. So they begin to rehash the brunch yet again, and they're rehashing it with Letitia. So Latrice feels that if Marie had an issue, why not reach out to her customer service, which is an actual factual point. Actual factual again, and this just lets you know that either A, this is a deflection that she's doing because she doesn't want to deal with the problems at home, or B, she was trying to create a scene. uh Letitia, will not let the girls. So the girls are pretty much kind of going in on Marie, but Letitia's not going to let them go in on her character when she's not there. But my question is, if that's the case, then why spark the conversation? Because in you sparking the conversation, that means they're probably going to have choice words. So why would you do that? Made absolutely no sense to me. So Latrice and crew sit at a different table. Marie then joins Letitia. Letitia wants the girls to hash things out. So then we get Tamara. She pulls up with the popo as her escort to this event. Again, I'm not one to sit here and count people's coins and this, that, and the third, and that was nice and cute to see. But again, if you trying to sit here and stun everything, a limousine would have been nice with the escort. Would have been nice. I'm just saying. But anyway, so we have Melanie, who is Latrice's PR. You know, she's going out of her way, you know, to see and meet people, primarily Marie. They all sit down at the table. Marie feels that today is a day to celebrate Tamra, not to sit here and discuss the issues at hand. But in saying that, so if you're talking about time and place, then was the brunch time and the place? So you being very hypocritical, and I don't see it for you. So the girls toast, uh, but Marie doesn't want to do the toast because her whole thing is I'm not feeling it with her, so I'm not going to toast to her because that's being fake, which that I can understand. I know a lot of people might feel the ways about it, but hey, I mean, that's one of the few things that I can actually agree with Marie on. Like, that's some real shit. Like, I'm not fucking with you. I'm not gonna say toast to you. Fuck you, mean. So, one thing that I will notice is when the girls left, Marie did not give Letitia an accurate account of what happened at the brunch and literally made herself out to be the victim. And I swear I cannot stand people that sit here and will pick and start some stuff, and then when the tables turn on you, now you're the victim. Okay. So okay, so Letitia goes and talks with Antoinette. Antoinette mentions, you know, the luncheon and how it was wow, and even equated that to, in essence, like, if this is your brand and this happened there, this is not a good, you know, it doesn't look good, especially if you are the MC, if you are the hostess. You can't tell me that you didn't hear and see this interaction, which means that she should have nipped in the bud. And I got it, it's a reality TV show, they're shooting a scene, but still, if your business is attached to this, you need to do a little bit more because that's not looking good. And you know, in the future, people may not want to do these women's empowerment brunches for fear of stuff like this happening. So Antoinette says, you know, that there's room for improvement and that she wants to help her, and says that, well, you know, I shaded your event. And she's like, well, you know, I'll work on the waffles, you work on your wig. And she even said, you know, because, you know, I'm not going to say nothing about your wig not being pulled all the way down, and literally tugged on her wig. Now, though that was funny and it was a real ha ha he he kiki moment, I'm going to say that I don't know if I would have responded so nicely to that, because again, if we not cool like that, we not friends like that, and if I don't really fuck with you like that, you should not be touching on nothing involving me. Don't touch my hair, don't touch nothing, because you liable to get popped. But that didn't happen because, you know, Antoinette is real classy. And yeah, that was it. Tomber makes a toast, and that was the end of the episode. So literally, roughly like half the episode was just rehashing the brunch, which I mean the luncheon, which obviously this happens a lot on reality TV shows where something happens and then the next episode, and hopefully just that one episode, is rehashing and whatnot. But whatever. So that's it. That's all that I have. So please rate, comment, subscribe, and share. The next video should be Real Housewives of Atlanta, which will be Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's the panel on Monday. And I need to really, because I know Little Women of Atlanta is coming back soon. I just don't have the date down. And yeah, so if anything comes up and I miss a show, just know it's because it's not really ingrained in my regimen just yet. But again, y'all get the video. So I'm trying to do better, trying to be better. But I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.